Tom here from Porter Valley Software. Today we're going to be going over how to make a backup of your library and your reference files, and also how to restore them. We're going to be saving it to a USB drive, even though we recommend that you save it to some sort of free cloud service like Google Drive or like something like Dropbox. A lot of people have been requesting that we show them how to restore to, say, something that is a little bit more tangible, like a thumb drive or maybe a backup hard drive or something like that. So today we're going to do that. We're going to use a USB drive. So let's just go ahead and jump right in, shall we? First thing that we're going to do is we're going to open up our library editor. Okay, there we go. And from here, we're going to go up here to Tools, and we're going to click on Backup Libraries and Reference Files. We always want to start in this order. You're going to start with your master, any other libraries you might have, and then finally backup referral and invoice selection list. You don't really need to back up the report list. Most people don't even mess with that. This just keeps a list of all your backup reports and things like that. It's just a list. It has no other purpose. So we're going to go ahead and skip that for today's tutorial. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started by clicking on Backup Master Library. There we go. And as you can see, I've already done one today, but I'm going to go ahead and delete this, just like so. Perfect. And I'm going to show you exactly how we would go about doing this. All right, for this next step, what we want to do is select our destination. And right now, I've got it going to Documents, Inspect View Backups, and Libraries. But that's not our USB drive. We want to come down here to our USB drive right there. Okay, let's go ahead and create a folder in here, and we're going to call this we're going to practice good file discipline. So we're going to organize our files, and to do this, let's go ahead and create a folder called Inspect View Backups, just like so. Perfect. All right, now inside here we are going to create a new folder, and we're going to call this one Libraries, just like so. Okay, fantastic. And inside here, now we're going to actually call our file what it is. And just like you saw earlier, we're going to call it since we're backing up our master library, let's call master library. And I always recommend you put today's date, because that way we can keep like a running list of all of our backups. And just in case for some reason we encoded an error or we had some sort of data corruption, we want to be able to go back in time to a point where that doesn't exist. Okay, so we're going to call this, we're going to add today's date, which is 09-18-2018. There we go, just like that. We're going to click on Save. Okay, and it's going to go ahead and do this. Now, your computer might not be this fast. Of course, I'm working on a development computer, so it's pretty quick. And it was just like that. There we go. Yours is like I said before, yours is going to probably take a little bit longer. If it does, just kind of stick with it. Once you're done, you're going to click on Close, like so. Now, we're also going to come up here to Tools again, Backup Library and Reference Files, and we're going to back up any other library we may or may not have. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do food services here today. I'm going to back up this other library, like so. And I'm going to do just like I did with the master library. I'm going to call it what it is. All right. In this case, it is Food Services Library. I'm going to put today's date, 09-18-2018. Okie doke. And save. And it's just like before. It's going to go ahead and back up that process. You would, of course, do this with all of your libraries. So if you have like a lot of libraries like I do here, commercial offices, retail facilities, and all these other things like that, you're going to back them all up. And we recommend that you do this once a month. If you get a Dynazip error that says there's nothing to do, it just means that on this library it found it was empty. So you can just go ahead and click OK. Even though it says error, it's not really an error. It just means that in this particular library, there was some data missing because it's a custom library. So we're just going to go ahead and click OK. It might come up a few times, but once it's done, it's done. Okay? And then last but not least, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to come up here to Tools, Backup Library and Reference Files, and now this time we're going to back up our referrals and invoices. All right, we're going to click on this, and we're going to call it again, just like what it was before. We're going to call this Contacts. This is mostly your agents and things like that. Okay, so we're going to click on Contacts, and we're going to put today's date 09/18/2018. Backup successful. Now that's always going to be quick. I don't want you to worry if oh, it didn't do anything. Well, yeah, there's only a little bit of data in there, so it's usually very quick. We're going to click OK, and we're going to hit close. And just to show you that everything got selected and put in the right place, let's go ahead and open this up. Now, we don't want to see scan documents. We're going to open up our File Explorer, and we're going to come down to our USB K drive. And you see how we have Inspect View Backups and Libraries, and there's all of our libraries that we just backed up today. And that's pretty much it. Now, say we're moving this to another computer, or we want to reinstall from a backup. No problem. Let me go over those steps with you right now. Again, we're going to open up our Inspect View Editor. Pretend like this is a new computer, that this is one that we're moving our library to. Okay, so we're going to click OK to open this up. And just like before, we're going to go to Tools, but this time we're going to select Restore Libraries and Reference Files. Okay? We're going to select, again, the same order, Master, Other, and then Referrals. So we're going to click on our Master. We're going to find our master library, the one that we just did. If you can't find it, just make sure you slide up and down on our left-hand side. Find your USB drive, like so. Go into the folder that says Inspect View Backups, and then go into Libraries, and click on the master library. Now again, we're only doing the master. There's something I want you to take note of. I don't know if you can see it, but in this food services library, you'll know at the end of it, it shows our date, but it also put like an ampersand IVL. This stands for Inspect View Library. But the ampersand lets us know that it is it's an alternate or an other library. So we make sure we don't select that when we're restoring a master library. So let's go ahead, let's select master library just like so, and click open. Now this is going to let us know that we're restoring the narrative library that we currently have as master is going to be erased. In most cases, the out-of-the-box library, this is not a problem. But if you are restoring a library on top of an existing one, you may lose some data. So just keep that in mind, okay? And it says it's going to replace it with master library with today's date. We're going to just go ahead and click OK because for our purposes, we just backed it up. We're not going to lose anything. So let's go ahead and click OK. And again, it's going to delete this. This process could take some time. Don't let the computer, if you're on a laptop, don't let the laptop go into hibernation. Just kind of every once in a while move your mouse a little bit and keep this on the screen if it's taking a considerable amount of time. Again, we have a development computer here at the office, so it's pretty quick. Yours may or may not be this quick. Okay, once it's complete, you're going to get this where it says Inspect View Library Editor will now shut down. This is okay. We're just going to click OK. Bingo, it's gone. Now let's go ahead and do our other library. Now, when you come in here to your library editor to restore an alternate library, okay, remember ours was food services, and other library, it's going to ask you to delete it. Let me show you. We come here to restore. We're going to select other libraries and backup files. Now it says here delete your current library. If you are going to restore a library that already exists, click cancel and then delete the current library you will be replacing. Otherwise, click OK. Now, again, in most cases, this is not going to be an issue because we're going to be restoring a non-existent library on here. We're not going to be restoring a library on top of one. But if for some reason you have to, we're going to go ahead and click cancel, and we're going to delete that food service library. The reason for this is because if it's trying to, we'll just take for instance a narrative that is talking about grease traps. Okay, if for some reason that narrative already exists and it goes to restore on top of it, it'll say, oh nope, that file already exists, I'm going to skip it. So you're not replacing those libraries with your current data. So what we want to do is delete the old and then put on the new. So let's go ahead and show you how to do that real quick. You come up here to library, and we're going to delete library, and we're going to select our food services just like that, and we're going to select delete. Okay, and let it do its thing. It's gone. Now that it's gone, right, let's see here, we're going to select library just to make sure that it's gone. Here, select library, and you'll notice that food services is no longer there. Good. Let's go ahead and hit cancel. So now let's go ahead and restore that food service library. We're going to come here to tools, restore. Again, down here on the select other library to backup. Now we're going to click OK because that's that warning. But if you have to, you might have to re-navigate to where your libraries are being stored. Remember, just do that up and down here on the slide until you find your USB drive, Inspect View Backups, libraries. Perfect. Now, I'm going to select food service and click open. Is it okay to restore? Of course it is. There you go. And again, I'm going to go ahead and pause it until this is done. Okay, once we're done, it says Inspect View Editor will now shut down. Again, just like before, we're going to click OK. Now, the last but not least, we're going to restore all of our contacts, all of our referrals. Again, now this is going to be really quick, so we're going to click on OK, yes. Now this one you don't have to delete, so don't worry about that. You're just going to go to Files, Restore. You're going to select Referrals, like so, and if you look, there it is. Perfect. Let's go ahead and click OK. Yep, it's okay to do this. OK, and it's done. And you have just made your backups and you've just restored. I hope this answers all your questions. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact us here at Porter Valley Tech Support. The number is 877-810-5635, or you can email us at support@pvsoftware.com. I hope to hear from you soon, and you guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.